Cool, so let's get into today's presentation, which is all about product differentiation. So I'll go ahead and share my screen and we'll get into it. Cool, so I've got a little presentation here and I'll go over a little bit of theory, and then I'm obviously going to jump into Amazon and show you guys a bunch of really cool examples. So product differentiation, how to stand out on Amazon in 2021. Like I said, the days of just picking a product off of the shelf on Alibaba and launching on Amazon, they're well and truly gone. To really stand out on Amazon now, you have to have an exceptional offer, an exceptional product, and something that's visually enticing that draws clicks. A book that I recommend you all to read is Purple Cow by Seth Godin, where he really goes into the details there of how to create an exceptional product. Cool, so let's get into it. So the key is visual differentiation. You must, and I can't reiterate this enough, you must create a product that stands out in the hero shot. So your hero shot is your main image on Amazon, the very first image that the customers will see and click on. And you have to create a product that stands out in that hero shot. Even if you have the best product in your niche by far, but you don't have a good hero shot that really shows the customer why your product is special, you'll be ignored. Customers are lazy. They don't want to read the benefits. They want to see it, and they want to see it straight away. So I remind you that customers shop with their eyes. They don't want to read. They're lazy. That's all. It has to be really good photography. It has to really stand out. So here's an example I've got here. So this is a blanket. You can see they're all normal blankets. You're scrolling down and you're like, what the hell is this? And it's a burrito wrap. And they have the best sellers tag. And that's one of the examples I'll show you guys later. And I think you might be shocked at how much money they're actually earning. Cool. So moving on, there are two types of visual differentiation. There's design differentiation, which is a unique and appealing design in terms of the actual product, how it looks. It looks different. It might have a different pattern, might have a different material, it might be a different shape. The design of the product is different, it's unique, and it stands out. And then there's functional differentiation, which is that the actual function of the product has been improved, it's been innovated, it's been simplified, and yeah, it's been made better that way. But the key is that there's these two different types of differentiations, but they both need to be displayed in the exact same way, and that's visually, and that's in the hero shot. So I remind you that, again, customers don't want to read, they want to see it straight away with their eyes, first image, bam, that's my different function, or bam, that's my different design. Cool. So two ways to come up with differentiation. The first one is knowing your avatar. So your avatar is your ideal customer, or a customer that you come up with that is who's going to buy your product. And if you're on Amazon, you've chosen a product, all of the data lines up, you then have to choose, okay, who exactly am I selling this to? Are they male? Are they female? What do they like? What do they dislike? Their favorite colors, their hobbies, their income, their age. Because you need to know these details, because you're going to tailor your offer to specifically target this customer. So for example, if you want to do a design differentiation, knowing the favorite colors, the hobbies of your avatar is critical, because obviously if your avatar is a child and they like fish, well then you might use a fish in your design or something like that. Or if it's an older lady and she loves yoga, you might use something that tailors specifically to their likes to create a unique offer that's specific for them. Next up is solving pain points. So when there is a product, asking questions such as, mind my French, but what pisses the customer off about this product? How can I make it easier, simpler, and better? If you can answer these questions, you have opportunity to create an offer that's better, and then you have to visually show the customer in the hero shot. Another way to come up with differentiations is in your everyday life, when you're using products and when you're doing things around the house, picking up pain points that you have in your day-to-day life, because they may be opportunities for you to improve something and to make it more efficient for other customers who are obviously having the same pain point as yourself. So knowing your avatar and solving pain points, these are just two absolute benchmarks, two absolute musts for coming up with ways to create an offer that is unique and really special. Cool. So now I'm going to jump in and actually show you some examples on Amazon. Awesome. Guys, let me know if you're enjoying this so far in the chat. Jump in, hit me up with any questions that you've had so far, anything you've learned. I just really want to get the chat going, so when I get in there, I know that you guys are liking it. Cool. So I am in this niche here, which is a multi-tool. And scrolling down, they're all pretty similar, right? They're just kind of like a metal standard design. And you're probably thinking, how can I visually differentiate in this niche? Well, someone's gone along and they've created this. It is a crab multi-tool. Now, it's currently unavailable, so it means it's not doing any revenue. But I do know that this product, because we used this in our social media recently, and I was the one that found it, I do know this product was doing over 10K a month not long ago. It's probably run out of stock because it's been selling well. And this listing is really, really poor and under-optimized. They've only got 4 images, they've got no bullet points, and their title is literally 3 words. But what they've done is they've just taken, a simple product, a multi-tool, and they've just tried something creative. They created a crab design. And, this it's an interesting one, because this may be perfect for someone that, loves fishing. They love fishing, they need a multi-tool, and how good is this for a perfect fit? This would be a great gift. It's creative, it's fun. You're scrolling down this page, they're all like, okay, yep, they're all the same. Then bam, there's a crab. You're like, what the hell is that? You probably click on it, and if the listing is then done well, you might buy it. And these guys are doing over 10K a month. So this here is a prime example of a design differentiation. Next up is this interesting niche, and it is a wheelbarrow. Now, a wheelbarrow is, it's just a stock standard product, but scrolling down this niche, you see your normal type of wheelbarrow is the 2 wheels, kind of the handle, and then you see this thing, and it looks sturdy right off the get-go. And you click on it, you open it up, and it looks really, really solid, right? Let's just look at the numbers that this wheelbarrow is doing. It's doing $147,000 a month in revenue. And what they've done is solve a pain point. They've noticed that your traditional wheelbarrow is this thing here. You have to lean over each time. You have to, balance it on 2 wheels. It's a nightmare probably. So that they've realized this, and they've gone and they've added 4 wheels onto a wheelbarrow. How was this not done earlier? I don't know, but that's all they've done. They've added in 4 wheels, and it looks heavy duty, right? It looks solid. And if you look at the images, like how good's that? It's showing right there that it unloads, it kind of clips off, so you can fill it up with dirt, unclip it, and unload it. So this right here is a prime example of solving a pain point. And then they've also shown in the hero shot the product itself, 4 wheels, and it looks solid. And look how much it stands out. Scrolling down here, boom, 4 wheels, solid. It's got the Amazon's choice. It's doing $150,000 US a month. So a great example of a way to solve a pain point and profit off of it. Next up, we have beer glasses. So this is another interesting one. You will notice that beer glasses is a pretty popular niche, and again, there's a few different designs here, but nothing that really stands out for you, nothing that really pops off of the screen. This one's a bit of a different one that I came across, but it is this dumbbell beer glass. Now, it's doing okay. It's doing 2,300, so almost 3,000 revenue a month. But scrolling down this screen, you notice everything is really similar. And, if you see this, and I think it's on page 2, it pops. It pops, it's different, it's unique, it's funny. And what this is all about is knowing your avatar. So, people that usually drink beer, you'd probably, if you're coming down to an avatar, you'd say they're a man. You'd probably say they like banter, jokes. They might like going to the gym. But, it's the irony that, they're drinking beer out of the dumbbell instead of actually training at the gym. So it goes into the whole avatar of, it's a man who likes a bit of a laugh with his mates. And it fits in well. And if this listing was done better, if they really, if they created probably, this image is blurry. If they created a clear image, if they maybe made it better quality and had better images here, I think they could be doing a hell of a lot better than 2,000 or 3,000 a month. And they're doing pretty well, considering that this product wouldn't cost much to ship, and it really flows in with being creative and coming up with something that is just going to stand out on the page, because that's what we need to do. Cool. So next up, this one's one of my favorites, and this was the example from before. It is a blanket. So a blanket is a pretty stock standard product. I mean, there's a few different designs. Like this is an interesting one. It's a blanket kind of hoodie. But scrolling down, this gets your eye, doesn't it? They've obviously, they've got a Christmas hero shot there. But scrolling down, there's actually another one that I saw. It's this. If you're scrolling and you see this, you're like, wow, it's a burrito, but it's a blanket. And you might click on it. And once you do click on it and you kind of look at the images, you think that's pretty awesome. It's creative. If we look at the Chrome extension, it's doing almost $200,000 a month in revenue. This is actually the best seller in the whole blanket niche. Which really shows that people these days are looking for creativity. They want a bit of something a little bit different. They want something to show their friends and be like, hey, look how cool and creative my blanket is. And they're doing 200 grand a month. This is a prime example of a design differentiation. It's literally, a normal blanket, but they've thought, what's something that everyone likes? Burritos. Let's make it into a blanket. And they've got here, they've got cookie designs, they've got waffles, pizzas, they've got everything. And they're absolutely smashing it just by being a little bit brave with coming up with a creative design, launching it, showing it in the hero shot, and it's crazy how well they're doing. We have one more example, and this example is actually one of my favorites. So this is a bamboo bed tray, and scrolling down, they're all pretty much the same, but this one catches my eye. It's the first one in the first 8 images that has, a tablet and a phone. And if I'm looking at it, it's the only one that has, this little bamboo piece attached to it that lets your phone and tablet sit in it. And if I open it up and check out the sales, they're doing $100,000 a month. And literally all they've done, I can click this open, is add in this bamboo line here that allows your phone and your tablet to sit in there. So this is a prime example of a functional differentiation, and it's so simple what they've done here. They've realized the pain point. So maybe this was someone at home using this product, and they're like, damn, this is really sick. Except I have to try to drink my coffee in one hand and watch my TV show on my tablet or phone in the other hand, and it's kind of annoying. How can I solve that? And they've literally just solved this problem. And it was clearly a problem that a lot of people were having, and now they're doing 100K a month. And it's so simple what they've done here with this functional differentiation, solving a pain point, and then showing it in the hero shot. That is exactly what they've done here, and they're killing it. So I'm going to jump back over now to the chat. And guys, let me know if you have any questions now to do with what we were just discussing, and then I'll quickly go back to the presentation and I'll finish it off with some ways to come up with differentiation by using Pinterest and some other kind of websites. So guys, get into the chat now and let me know what you're thinking and anything that you may have picked up. Jump in the chat, guys. Let me know your thoughts so far. Who have we got here? We've got Alice. So Alice missed the start, missed the first 12 minutes. So basically, in the first 12 minutes, I did a bit of theory about product differentiation, the two types of differentiation. So there's functional differentiation, where your product function is different, and then you highlight that in the hero shot. And then there's design differentiation, where you come up with a design that is unique and that is appealing to your avatar. So 2 points that I also mentioned was that you need to know your avatar. So you need to know exactly who you're selling to. So their likes, their dislikes, what they do on the weekend, how much money they earn, what's their age. And then you also need to know, got Julie here. Yep, all good, Julie. You also need to know pain points of the customer. So any pain points that you want to solve. Cool, so it looks like we're all on track. So I'm going to jump back into the presentation and carry on. Alice, to find out an ASIN, I'll show you right now on this. I will share my screen and show you, and then I'll jump into the presentation. Cool. So to find any product ASIN, you can actually pick it from the URL. So it's usually these ones right here, starting with a B. You can just double click that, and that's the ASIN. I'd copy and paste that. Or you can scroll down into the product information, and you'll find here additional information ASIN, and it's this one right here. So again, just copy and paste that wherever you want to use it. Lovely. So jumping back into the presentation. So other ways to gain inspiration to come up with ways to differentiate your products. So the love-hate tool on ZonGuru is a great tool. It allows you to actually run a session and come up with key phrases that are prominent in 5-star and 4-star reviews, and also prominent in 1- and 2-star reviews, so you can find exactly what customers do and don't like. Obviously, for the don't likes, you would then look at that as opportunity to improve upon, and what the customers do like, you would obviously keep that in your product, so you can really make a great product. So using Pinterest to get creative is a really good one. Same with Google Images, Instagram hashtags. And by simply using words like cool, unique, funky, interesting, functional, and then your product name, you can come up with some really cool ideas. So I've jumped on Pinterest here, and I've written in cool wheelbarrow. I was just curious to see what comes up. So you can see there's already that bestseller. There's a few different designs here, these wooden designs. They look kind of rustic, but I don't think they're very functional. They don't really solve any pain points. Scrolling down, there's this one here that looks pretty heavy duty. There's this one here that looks like it's higher up and has a different kind of shape to it. So there's just a lot of ways to find other products. So if I was in this wheelbarrow product, in this wheelbarrow niche, and I see that only this one's dominating, the rest of them are still like kind of the normal ones, there's opportunity to come in here with a similar product, or even a product that's better than this one. If you go into the reviews for this product and say, a common theme is that it's too low, or, it jams or something like that, you can start going into Pinterest and finding similar products or similar designs or similar functional differentiations, but that are still improved upon on what's already working. And, there are plenty of different designs out there. As you can see here, it's quite similar, but it looks like it's been heightened and it might be easier to use somehow. I've also gone in and written in funny multi-tools. So just out of curiosity, I wanted to see what comes up. Following along the theme of that multi-tool was selling well, and it was the crab. This one's a llama, and it looks pretty cool. It's pretty funny. It would be a good gift. Whether or not it fits in with the avatar, you would need to make that decision. I personally wouldn't think this would fit in with the avatar of someone that you would use a multi-tool. But the purpose of this is to just get you to think creatively and to think a little bit outside of the box of coming up with a product that will stand out in a different way. So whether or not these are good ideas, it's up to your discretion. I just want you to start thinking a little bit creatively to really get some different ideas out there. And I've also gone in and I was thinking about that burrito blanket. If people are buying, you know, food blankets, why wouldn't they also like to buy perhaps fruit blankets? So I've written in here watermelon blanket, and I've scrolled down, and I feel as if these blankets here, if made in a similar way to those burrito ones, could really be a product that would definitely stand out on that page, and I think it would fit in with the avatar. For example, if you want to target these blankets for kids, you know, you would think about what food do kids like to eat, and or if you were trying to target this for middle-aged people, you know, what food do they like to eat? The food theme's working. How can I now capitalize on that and create, you know, my own unique design? These ones here look like they're homemade, kind of knitted together. If you could create, you know, a really beautiful material with a fruit blanket, you know, I don't see why it wouldn't work. But again, you'll need to go in, analyze the niche and analyze the avatar. So these are just a few ways of really jumping in, using Pinterest to come up with creative ideas by using, you know, unique words and generating ideas, basically. So if I jump back now, what I would do is have a pen and paper, and I would write down product ideas. Then I would come up with, I'd go onto Pinterest and, you know, just write down a ton of different ways to make your product stand out. And what I would do is then I would evaluate each one, and by process of elimination, you know, tick or cross, and then be left with the top few, and then really go into Alibaba and seeing if, you know, it's viable to create. But that is basically today's training, guys. I just really wanted to hone in on product differentiation, visual differentiation, design differentiation, and functional differentiation, those two, knowing your avatar and focusing on pain points. That's really the main gist of what I wanted to get across today, guys. So now I'm going to open this up to a Q&A where you can ask me anything you want to do with Amazon. Literally, it can be to do with PPC, can be due to with your personal situation right now with your product. It can be a specific question. I'll open this up to Q&A, guys, and I think it's a little bit lagged, so I understand that. I have to wait a moment for the questions to come through, but go ahead and really get active. Awesome. Thank you, Folake. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Neville. I'm happy that it resonates with you. Any questions at all, guys? We've got about another 30 minutes if we want to use it. So really, I'm getting my head around the fact that the avatar can be someone other than the user. Absolutely. So, for example, if you're selling kids products, and that's a great point, Stefan. If you're selling kids products, your avatar for the product, I mean, the product is for the kid, but the avatar of who you're selling to would obviously be the parents. So that's such a great point, Stefan, to point out that you have to be aware of that. You know, there may be cases that the person who is buying the product is a very different person to those who will actually be using the product. Julie, in a listing evaluation, what is considered a good score on ZonGuru? So I think you're referring to the niche score. So anything over 50% is healthy. Anything over 50% I would consider to be good. And then it really comes up to your evaluation. You know, it does require that human touch to be more specific to your situation. So, you know, for example, if demand is a little bit lower, that might be a good first niche to break into, just to test the waters, just to get your feet wet. You know, the launch budget as well depends, because the launch budget will sway the niche score up and down. You know, and everyone's launch budget is different. So I'd say over 50% is a healthy niche score, and then it requires that human evaluation to really decide what's right for you. The listing optimization score, Julie. It depends. If you're in the top 15%, and it will tell you on the listing optimizer, you're doing well, because that's in comparison to other users on ZonGuru, top 15%. But really, if you look down below in the listing optimizer tool, there's the search volume and there's the total revenue. If you're pretty much maxing both of those, then you're doing a really good job. You can't go further. Richard, if I get a great idea of Pinterest, how do I know if it's patented or not? That's a great question, Richard. First, I'd go ahead and check if that product is selling anywhere else. So if it's on Amazon, eBay, usually patented products, they're going to say that it is patented because it's actually a unique selling point as well. It makes them look more special and more professional as a brand. So check if they're selling. Go on their website. You will find somewhere that it's patented. If you find something and there's nowhere that says that this product is patented, well then I've assumed that it isn't. But the best practice is if you find something that is patented, you can get a patent attorney involved and really ask them to evaluate that product for you. Folake, I have issues in setting up international shipping charge and I'm losing a lot of money. Do you mind clarifying? Do you mean international shipping charge from your freight forwarder to Amazon, or do you mean shipping from Amazon internationally as a FBM, as a merchant? If you can clarify, please. Stefan mentioned Helium 10. Can you outline the ZonGuru equivalent of each Helium 10 tool? Personally, I've used Helium 10. I prefer ZonGuru, but I wouldn't be able to do that for you right now, Stefan, as I don't know each Helium 10 tool. It'd be almost impossible for me to go through each one and compare. I do know, however, that Kimberly has recently written a blog post, and she's comparing ZonGuru with some other tools, and I think Helium 10 was one of them. I'll quickly see if I can find that for you. Because yeah, that's a great question, because obviously there are other companies who are delivering value. I do know that ZonGuru is, we were actually in the top 2 software companies in the Amazon space. Our tools are second to none, and as an Amazon seller myself, I was using ZonGuru well before I well before I joined the team, and the tools are absolutely second to none. I'll see if I can find that blog post for you, Steph, and I'll post it in here for you. Alice, so I have collected a lot, but I'm only getting information for one product pulse at the end of products. Sorry, Ahmed, how do I get the other products pulse report for the rest of the products? The product pulse, that may be a question, Alice. When you're on ZonGuru, in the bottom right-hand corner, we have our little chat box. I'll just go ahead and share my screen, guys, so we can all see. I'm on the software now. Great, so I've logged in here into our ZonGuru demo account. So if you are on the product pulse tool, Alice, and if you're having any issues and if you need any clarifications, you can click this little box here. You can write in, send us a message. You can ask literally any question you're having any issues with, and our team replies in under an hour. We have a full-time staff of 4 individuals that literally sit and wait to answer your questions. So if you're having problems with the product pulse, I would go ahead and ask in there, and our team will definitely get back and do everything they can to help you. To answer Stefan's question about Helium 10, I'll see if I can find the blog post, Learn and Grow, Help and Training. Stefan, I don't think I'll be able to find that one for you, but if you actually do the same thing, and if you write in here in the chat box, hi, can I compare ZonGuru with Helium 10? Our team will shoot you through the relevant information straight away. It'll be in-depth, it'll be everything you need to know, and it'll be a fair representation of each tool set, what they offer, because I know we've been working on that recently. I'll just jump off of screen share. Cool, what have we got here? Product research versus keyword research. Do you mind clarifying what you mean there, Yil? Product research and keyword research, they kind of go hand in hand, because keyword research in terms of search volume for keywords, that kind of represents demand. But it also depends on how much a product is selling for. So if there's a lot of keyword volume for a certain keyword, but that product only sells for $5, it might not actually be generating a lot of revenue. So do you mind clarifying what you mean by that? I'll be able to maybe dive in a little bit deeper to help you out there. Awesome, Julie. Thank you so much. That's great to hear. All right, guys. Let me know if you have any final questions. I might wrap up in about 5 minutes. So let me know anything else you want me to cover. Is it necessary to brand a product? Absolutely. For like I would 100% go ahead and create a brand. Like I said earlier, long gone are the days of picking a product off of Alibaba and just throwing it on Amazon. To really stand out, you need to create a beautiful brand, a brand name that represents the product, beautiful packaging, beautiful insert cards, creating a feel about a brand. I really think that that is the only way to go with Amazon in 2021, creating a brand identity and something unique to represent. Customers are looking for something that makes them feel emotion. Products make them feel emotion. They want something that suits them. So yes, to answer your question, absolutely, I would brand products. Stefan, great. There's a description section here. Great question, Stefan. Yep, that's an advanced one. It does, yes. So you will need to put the HTML coding in to have words. And if you don't have enhanced brand content, your product description will be showing up. I would recommend that you put in the correct coding there to make, for example, the title was in bold and to create spaces. For those of you that don't know what we mean, you can, when you create a product description on Amazon, Amazon by default will make it all a big block of text, really. So to make it look a little bit more pretty, if you don't have enhanced brand content, you can actually add in HTML coding, which you can just Google to find, to create your product description to look a little bit more enticing by using bullet points, bold headlines, spaces to make it just clearer and more specific. But yes, you will have to put that in the listing optimizer tool. Stefan, cool. Okay, thanks. I have been enjoying the product search you demonstrated. Would like to see you do the demo for pick ASIN numbers and sales by then search the products. Cool. Thank you for your suggestion, Alice. That's something that we may do next week or the following weeks. If there are any specific trainings that you guys want me to cover, then absolutely let me know right now. Next week, Kimberly will be joining me. So we like to tailor these to what you guys want. We're here to listen to you guys. If there's a certain topic that you guys want us to cover, we'll be we absolutely want to only create trainings that you guys want to see. So thank you for the suggestion, Alice, and we'll consider that for sure. No problem, Falak. Cool, guys. Last 2 minutes, and then I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you, by the way, for being so active in the group chat. Really appreciate it. It's always great to see the questions coming through. Doing some of these trainings on my own, when I can't see the chat, it can be quite isolating. It feels like I'm just talking straight to the computer. So jumping in here and seeing you guys really active in the chats, really, really great to see. No problem, Alice. Okay, so I think final minute, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for your time today. We'll see if anything comes through. Okay, awesome, guys. Thank you so much for your time. Do you have a tool for shipping setting for international order? So Folak, again, I just need you to clarify, do you mean, are you selling FBM, which is fulfilled by merchant, or are you selling FBA? We definitely recommend to do FBA. So personally, I have no experience in doing FBM. I've never done self-fulfilling orders. But we don't have a tool for shipping settings for international orders at this point in time. Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for your feedback. And I hope you had a great day or afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And I will speak to you again soon.